four major pillars: agricultural input. There we are prioritizing seeds and fertilizer, mechanization, agricultural infrastructure with special emphasis on irrigation facilities and post-harvest losses, and of course, providing emergency support in the agricultural sector. So please, let us ensure that we become problem solvers. The thinking should always be, how will I solve this? Whatever challenge we see, if we put our mindset right and look at it and go with that, how we will solve it, we will find a way. Let's be builders, let's be co-creators, and let's continue. I'm very delighted to be here, and I thank the conveners once again. Let's become entrepreneurial. Let's not depend on government jobs. Let's see what we can do for ourselves. Thank you very much. Hauwa, my challenge to you is, having done all this good work, I don't know if it exists, but if it doesn't, maybe it's time you invite people like Professor behind us, and how do we create a fellowship for Katsina people? I've had the privilege to have gone through the Aspen Institute's Africa Leadership Initiative Fellowship. You are an Eisenhower Fellow. Nasir is one fellow. Nasir Mama has been through all the global fellowships. So maybe it's time we sit down, and again, we'll come on to you to see how we can develop some sort of a fellowship, whether it's entrepreneurial, whether it's, and then see how we can have, you've done a lot of work, but a very pragmatic and systematic way of bringing in our youth. Thank you very much, and Jazakumullah khairan.
Please, I need you to escort him back to his seat with an applause. A very round applause, please. Thank you. Thank you very much, Executive Secretary of the NADF. That was an electrifying presentation. There was so much to take from. I think we don't have any regrets for having these people in this room at this time. And now we are just going to take 5 minutes to refresh the room with a poetry performance, and then we take the next Ignite session so that our minds will be refreshed. The convener has asked me to put the game on just like how it was kick-started yesterday. So I will start by inviting Hidayah Mahmood of Kano State. Put your hands for Hidayah Mahmood of Kano State. Hidayah, you should come and stand. Please, do you have additional mic? All right, Hidayah, this. And Majid Nambaba of Katsina State. Majid, we'll have Majid stand here. DJ, just give me some background music, just instrumental. Let's set the tone for this poetic session. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Why is the mic? Okay. So we are going to witness two of the finest poets, among the finest poets in sub-Saharan Africa. And we are very, very proud to see that one of them is from Kano, our very dear neighbors, and one of them is from Katsina, the host state. So although this one looks like a competition, it is actually a form of entertainment. So let us not hold any bias or grudge against anybody. We know that whenever Katsina United and Kano Pillars are having a match, either in Katsina or Kano, cars get broken. You see outside there are a lot of expensive cars there. So please, Kano Pillars supporters, we appeal to you. All right? So both of them have a special poem which they have written for their own state. She has done so for Kano, and he has done so for Katsina. And we are going to hear the history, the culture, the heritage, and everything about these states through the words of their voices. Now, where do we go first? Ladies? Ladies? Okay, finish this sentence. They said whatever a man can do. No, sorry. They said whatever a woman can do. All right, so I think there's a consensus. We are going to start with Kano. So you step to the podium and then you deliver your poetry.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hidayah Mahmoud Muhammad, and my piece goes like this. This wind blew names to this Masarauta. Masarautar Kano, Masarautar Jarumai. And now my mind races to the start of another calling glory. The sky bear me witness. Great voices have cut roots here. We have made home out of the silent prayers of Sarki Muhammad Rumfa. Mazanjiya mazan kwarai. From every word crawling onto the surface of the tongue of Sarki Muhammad Nazaki Anzaki, we have found power. We have gathered the bravery of Sarakunan Kano and made home to carve in past miles, merging with the air of God in freedom. Takan sakal takabuga adama ofar ruwa gadan kaya dukawi mazugal wamban Kano ofar Nasarawa ofar mata ofar dan agunduk ofar na isa. See, I grew up singing this song with joy. Shekara 18 ne kacal ya dauki sarki Usman Giji Masu dan warisi ya gina ganuwa da kofofi 14 which surrounded the whole of Kano city to protect his people. Came Sarki Muhammad Rumfa, who added 4 more gates and demolished 8. After him, Sarki Nazaki dan Zaki added 3 more. Kara shida ga hudu zai baka 10, and last but not the least, Sarki Abdullahi Bayero added 3 more. The beauty and power these walls and gates emit even in their states of ruins or renovated state should remind you of the laughter in the faces of our forefathers even when death searched for them amidst war. Kai. Akwai aljanna a duniya, ba za ku sani ba sai kun ɗanɗana gurasar Kanawa. Kano, tauraro a cikin sararin samaniya, kai mutum ka zo da kayanka a nuna maka an fi ka, kai rayuwa a natse, sai dai idan ta ishe ka, ka ce in kai ka cikin birni mana ita ma ta ganka, sai ka ji kamar giyan mafarki ce take kaɗi a tsakiyar kanka. Kano, jallabar Hausa, busan bagauda, ka ji labarin marinan Kano inda ake rini tun zamanin kakanninmu, ko baka je kofar mata ba, kaga basira da fasahar mutanen Kano, kasuwanci da kasuwanni kuwa ba inda ya kai Kano a da. Mun yi shura har yanzu muna ta shahara daga kuri zuwa Wambai a tsallaka ta kurmi a fada a rimi. Ai ba abin da zaka nema ka rasa a Dabo, because this city ain't no Chicago, but we've got the cargo to move your morrow from its place of sorrow to Kano, this big home that's hollow. Our Kano has carried the smiles from the first filial generation of evolution to us, from the beginning of Adam to us, and tomorrow, farkon gadon da yaranmu za su ci shine gadon wannan faffaɗan murmushin, and unfold my poetry to sing its praises, to carry this tune like the Sarewa and hymn with pride like the alligator that never go off key, because rhythm is how we sway our tired bodies that cannot do a thing or two to always solve us. Your brothers and sisters, our Kano is a product of a land whose music is equality known to all, because Kano doesn't need a Grammy. It is the Grammy that needs Kano that its name may be known. Every day I decide to give up on some dreams. This city of dreams will say you must Kano. It's like I can know it's so. I ferry around all this hustle and these women whose attires are handmade with have sparked beauty in history and have continued to pride in modesty, finest in honesty, like Kalewa the prosperity, in this mixture of loyalty. Akwana Atashimune, finest adawla in Nigeria. I tell you, mata da mazan kwarai da kirki sun cinye garin Kano da yaki. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let's have the core members seated, all right, so that you will have the advantage as well. All right, please kindly hasten up and sit down. Those in favor say aye. We have to take this one first, right? All right. Majid. I notice you have so many fans here.
Daya mafarin kirga, wane rai ta kirga albarkatun da ke zuba daga taskar Ubangiji. Biyu, idanun dabba. Duk girma da fari na idaniya ba ta tsalle zuwa ganin gobe. Uku, duwatsun murhu na tsakar gida mai turaku a kowane shashi. Hudu, kafafun tebur. Kafa madaukar bawa ta dau mutum ta dau abin da ya dauka. Biyar, na yatsun hannu. Idan nayi haka zo kenan, idan kuwa nayi haka. A'a zagi kenan. Kamanninka, tunaninka, Katsina, gari ta duk kwadakin kara. Like the sun, breaking through the darkened face of the sky, you rose, and like the rock that pierced through the surface of the earth you stand. Resting your body on top the soil that lies in the Sahel and the Savannah region of North, and you raise your broad shoulders in every sleep and fold up generation to generations to remind the world the city you are. Da Shandurbawa, Rainan Korau, yayin dallazawa an wayewar sullubawa they said you are. Should I sit on my buttocks or stand on my toes and sing to the world the little I had from the beautiful stories of you? The stories of your transformation from Durupita Kusheri to Katsina, the manipulation of Maska to Funtua, the advent of Baya Jidda and Daura, and the bravery you framed in the eyes of Hassan Osman Katsina. Tell me, how did you do it? And I promise to sing you verses in the loudest sound of my voice. You are the Katsina of Sanau, the house of Korau, and the Matattara of Sadaukai, whose name rose bravery and sprouts miracles in the heart of the country anytime a page of your history is full. You gave birth to leaders like Er Adwa when no man was on his feet, and nurtured maestros like Shatta and Barmana Chuge in your palms when creativity was at its peak. You are the Katsina ɗakin kara, ta dukko da dukko mai turawa, tudu garin ɗan marina, garo ɗakin habe, jar ƙasa ta rima, hayi garin ɗan masani mai ganuwa arewa da zazzau ta mai kusurwa da Kano. Take me through the gate of Kopar Marusa and show me the art in your Kofa to Kofa and the secret you buried in the depth of your ancient city walls. Sit me down like a baby and feed me the magic you fed Sardauna and Tafawa Balewa in their stay in Katsina College. You are the Katsina of Daura, and that home of excellence, whose every take and break of story is a spit of greatness, telling about the histories of Hausa, the roots and traces of Western education in the land of North, and the bunches of grace and legacies put together to make you who you are today. Teach me how to raise children like Isa Keita, Mamman Nasir, and Hajja Dada. Fly me up to the peak of Gobarau Minaret and show me how far is Dankama to Damari. Hold my hands and lead me through the busy market of Charenchi and sit me down on your earth and tell me more and more and more and more about your stories. I want to learn and fill my head with the beautiful wonders of you. Katsina wanduku, kunya gare ku ba dai.
Okay. Come. You stand here. No, but let us stand here. Those in favor say aye. Okay, we'll take it again. Those in favor of Kano say aye. All right, step aside, step aside. Go, go. Those in favor of Katsina say nay. Did you say nay? Okay, okay. Please put your hands together for these beautiful young people. Go back to your seats. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. The convener wants to say something. Okay. So, this is the beauty of coming together, right, and giving youth opportunity to showcase themselves, to give them visibility. I've just been informed by the convener that the Honorable SA to the Vice President on Innovation, Dr. Nasir M. Mama, the gentleman who attended all the fellowship in the world, has donated 100,000 each to each one of them. Congratulations. Majid and Hidayah, you know we are in Nigeria and there is a keyword called kickback. Thank you very much. Me and you will talk behind closed doors. Right? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let me introduce Dr. Nasir M. Mama for his Ignite speech. Please put your hands together. Let's make some noise. Thank you.
The chairman of this occasion, my dear ES, NAT Fund, and Dr. Bugaji, a mentor, a father, and I think one of the pioneers and bright lights as far as, you know, education, the practicality of it is concerned in not just Nigeria, but I believe West Africa. My brothers and sisters, colleagues, thank you very much for having me today. I want to begin by saying I genuinely believe that poetry, especially the type of poetry we've heard, and importantly, mathematics, are divine. Unfortunately, I only have the bravery to do one of those. Without much ado, I'm not going to waste any time. My Ignite talk is titled You Can Innovate, because I want to talk to you, young people in the room, not so much the older people. I'm going to talk to people like me. I would like to have your absolute attention at the back, please. Can we have the attention? MC, can you help me? My voice is not very good. Can I have the attention of the people at the back, please? I may waste time if we don't keep quiet. Let's start. This is going to be a small story. My journey began in Malumfashi, in Katsina State. I went to primary school in Malumfashi. It was a public school. I went to secondary school in Niger State, in Minna. It was also a public school, government secondary school, Minna. And then I went to informatics in Kazaure, which was a semi-public school as well. So I had not left the country until, you know, I was old enough, one, but also until I had finished my basic and secondary and, to some extent, tertiary education. I went to the United Kingdom, and my last degree in the UK was creative technology, and my first career was as a creative technologist. Now, I know you may ask, what is a creative technologist? This is a typical picture of my desk. This was literally my desk when I was a creative technologist. What I was creating here was a simple bot. We wanted to create, please wait for me to tell you to go. I wanted to create a simple robot that was autonomous, that walked on its own, which meant it found where it was going, which meant, it didn't fall off. It went where I told it to go by programming it. So, next slide, please. This robot, as you can see, the first prototype could go on a table and it wouldn't fall off. So it knew it was on a table. It'll go around and not fall off, right? Next slide, please. On the next slide, you will see that it could follow things like light. So if I flashed a laser or a flashlight of my phone, it could follow. And if I changed the light sensor into, say, a smell sensor, it could follow a gas leak. It could follow whatever I told it to. So this was successful. It worked, right? This is example number 1. And mind me, right? I'm telling you all of this to show you that it can be done. Remember, Malumfashi, actually, my name has Emmame in it. Emmame is a village. Almost all of you here know it, right? Yeah, so from there to making things like this. Next slide, please. Next thing is one of the first of its kind brain-computer interfaces, which as a creative technologist, I was working on back then. By the way, this was more than 10 years ago, so it was almost, it was a decade or more ago, right? This enabled you to use brain interface, like the electromagnetic signals from your brain to control something on the computer. Now, I'm very happy and proud to say that my code was used in one of the first prostheses that were controlled by the brain signals, which was a big deal at the time, right? Yeah, so this was one project. Next, please. As a creative technologist, I was interested in how we interacted with our environment. This was a simple demonstration of a tool I built where if I, for instance, wanted to talk to him or interacted with him, rather than calling him on the phone, I could just touch him. And this also worked, right? These were my colleagues, and I was actually demonstrating with them, and it worked. All these were great prototypes, right? And they worked, right? Now, I have an uncle, and you're going to hear more about him. He's a very funny uncle. He has these very dark jokes. And he would tell me that, hey, you come from these long line of aristocrats who cared more about their people than anything. Why would you go to give all your solutions and your ingenuity to white people? Are you not coming home? Anyways, this brings me to the next stage of my career. Next slide, please. Oh, actually, I forgot, but I did a lot more. If you wanted to find more about the work I did as a creative technologist, I believe most of it is online, but I could also share more with my dear sister, who I would come to later to share with everyone. Next slide, please. So this is the confluence, right? My background is not in agriculture at all. So, of course, I grew up in a farming family. I grew up, you could say, on a farm. Most of my siblings are farmers, but I was never, a farmer. I inherited a lot of land to farm. I do farm now, but back then, all I knew was the tech, as you could have seen, right? I was a creative technologist, but I decided to follow the advice of my uncle with the dark jokes that I wanted to do something for agriculture. And I built my first company, which was called Verdant. ES has been so gracious, and Hauwa too, and a lot of the people that spoke, but most of what you've heard about me or about my work was really because of this purposeful, deliberate work combining technology and agriculture. I simply said, how can we help the farmer? How can we help the people in Mmama? How can we help the people, in Katsina, in Nigeria, rather than, build fancy technology for, the Europeans or, for the West? So this was what gave birth to Verdant. I'll not waste too much time on it. This is also something you can find a lot of information about online. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this program began, the company really began as an idea in university. I believe there are a lot of young students here, some in university, some doing the youth service, and some may have not even started. But while in school, while doing all those breakthrough science and technology projects, I remember my teacher asked me if I could pitch it at a business plan competition that Richard Branson was holding. And I did, right? And it worked. I got the first prize. I got £10,000 to start my business. This was 2014. Thank you. Next slide, please. After a few years of doing that, in 2017, I was listed among Forbes under 30. Believe me, I'm no longer 30. I'm no longer under 30. Anyways, this was Forbes magazine in 2017. Next slide, please. And then there was the award from Her Majesty the Queen, which my uncle with the dark jokes said, look, I think this was photoshopped. And he said, you should always put a video because people like me will never believe you. Anyways, so next slide. So that the previous slide. So I always put a video because my uncle, you know. Anyways, next slide. This is the king, then the Prince of Wales. By the way, I have an aside to make. I think the royal family in the UK are obsessed with Katsina because in this room alone, there are at least 2 people who have met the king and the queen. And if you look at it, you know, from Serki Dikko all the way to myself, there are, you know, a lot of meetings that happen, you know, that led to a lot of beautiful things for our beautiful Katsina, which, to echo the words of the chairman and the VC and also Professor Bugaje, we really need to do more to project Katsina and to put her back where she belongs. Next slide, please. This was a national honor. This is a Katsina affair from President Buhari, who awarded me with the Member of the Order of Niger. A great honor to have received this from him. Next slide, please. Now, in the last 10, 15 years of my life, I have built at least 5 companies. And now I am here talking to you not as an entrepreneur, well, at least not as an entrepreneur running my companies. I'm here as a senior special assistant to the president on innovation. Next slide, please. And I work directly with the vice president who, you know, is our boss. And I advise him on anything innovation. So not just digital, not just tech, but science and technology, innovation enterprises, TVETSA, anything that can bring about economic transformation using technology and innovation. Now, to the crux of the matter, all of that is story. Anybody could tell the story, right? Now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do better, because I don't believe, you know, by any standard or means that, you know, this is, you know, the place, the threshold. Many of you here have gone beyond myself. Many of you can go beyond myself. Many of you will definitely go beyond. But we need to be deliberate, like you've said, sir. We need to be strategic, like he has mentioned in the keynote, and we need to put all the efforts. Now, I don't know, because we have, I think, the Honorable Minister here, I believe. Shall we, are they ready to come? Okay. Next slide, please. Next. Okay, let's start. You can innovate, and I'm going to tell you how to do it by busting some myths. And by doing that, I believe you should immediately realize so. Next slide, please. People say all the innovators of the world have to be the smartest and the most high-achieving people in the room. I have a funny story to tell. A lot of the MC and many of my colleagues call me doctor. I don't have a PhD. I mean, but, you know, this is our society. We like to associate success or innovation with, you know, being the smartest, being the brightest. I mean, I aspire to be, you know, maybe one day I'll become a PhD, but I am not. And this is to tell you that, you know, you can be an innovator without being the smartest person in the room. I can see the backbenchers in class doing that. Anyways, you can innovate without being the smartest person in the room. Next slide, please. Some people would tell you that for you to be an innovator, nobody can cross you. Like, you know, you have to be a Kano Pillar or a Katsina United guy. You know, whoever beats you, you beat the hell out of them. That is not true. You can be a wonderful, kind, and generous person without, you know, being a mercurial individual, and you can still be an innovator. I hope everybody believes that, because actually this should be my first point, because the heart first. Your spirit, your heart, your aptitude, you know, what makes you a human being needs to shine most for you to care about solving a problem. You've heard how the ES defined problems, you know, Problems are really opportunities. To solve them, you have to care about the person who is experiencing the problem. Next slide, please. Some people say, oh, innovators are born, they are not made, that, you have to have been born with the gene, your father or your grandfather, it's hereditary. This is, am I allowed to swear? It's BS. I would have said bullshit, but it's not right, yeah? Innovators can be trained, innovators can be made, entrepreneurs can be made, you can learn. And I really take what the challenge he gave our dear TA about the fellowship. We really need to do it, especially for our people. Next slide, please. Some people will tell you that entrepreneurs, or innovators love risk. You have to learn to gamble. You have to be able to take the most impossible thing and do it. You have to throw yourself at it. That is also not true. You have to be calculated. You have to look for that intersection whereby you're ready. Let's say you like computers, and you happen to be a creative technologist, and there's an agricultural problem, and then you come in right at a time when your government is also realizing we need to go back to agriculture. Then you build an agri-tech company, and then it's worth millions of dollars. This is how it happens, not blind luck. You can't just wake up and decide to be a quantum physicist overnight, right? And we have seen from the example of electrical engineers, right? You have to be able to pass the aptitude test. You have to be able to be in tune with the digital nature of things in this day and time for you to be able to access some opportunities. So innovators do not love risk. They prepare for it. They choose their risks, right? Next slide, please. Some people would say this, and this is crazy, because a lot of people will tell you that innovators are charismatic. They are the tallest. They have the biggest babariga, or they are the, lightest in complexion. Or that is also untrue. Anybody can innovate. Like, you could look like anything. You could come from anywhere. You could come from anything and be the best innovator in the world. So this, by the way, I'm not just telling you this out of conjecture. I didn't just plan to say this. This is from a detailed research by one of my teachers called Bill Olet at the MIT Trust Center for Entrepreneurship. So this is directly from years and years of work from a professor of practice. So do not let anybody tell you that you cannot innovate. Anybody, it's not about charisma, it's not about heredity, it's not about risk, it's not about, being wicked, it's about caring and preparing. And that's what we're going to show you how to do. Next stage, please. Next slide. This goes back to the risk thing I was talking about. Some say innovators are lucky. They say, look, you put down hours and hours of your life to learn something. You stop yourself from going to the parties. And I'm not saying don't go, but there are better things to do. You stop yourself from wasting your time, and some people would say you're just lucky. You're not just lucky, you are prepared. So innovators are not lucky, they are prepared. Next slide, please. And I hope this is the last one. Some people will tell you innovators are undisciplined. You have to be haggard, ragged, big hair, bad hair. You have to be unkempt. That is also not true. Innovators are disciplined. Next slide, please. So the moment is here where the Honorable Minister is joining us. Maybe the MC would like to have his mic back.
Would like to crave the indulgence of Dr. Nasir M. Mama. His presentation was a bit interrupted by the entrance of the Honorable Minister for Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Boshun Tijani, who has gracefully he's attending this very important event. He came purposely to Katsina State to attend this event. Like he promised, we thank you very much for coming. Young people, please let's appreciate the minister, please. He said because it's young people, he's going to come to Katsina twice in this month. He'll be coming back for the Arewa Tech Festival. But please, let's sit back and enjoy Dr. Nasser's Ignite talk. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the DG Cadet who came in with him.
Thank you very much, and it is indeed an honor to have the Honorable Minister. Can we have your attention, please?
Attention, please.
I honestly believe I don't need to say any more because the Honorable Minister epitomizes every single thing I've told you, and you're going to find out. He's also joined by our dear Naufal, the DG of the Katsina Directorate for Information and Communications Technology. Without much ado, the remainder of my presentation is really about, demystifying this idea, of who an innovator is, debunking these myths that a lot of people have perpetuated, for so long, and telling you that you can do it, as simple as that. And all of us here seated, I believe, demonstrate that, by every meaning of the word. Lastly, so after hearing this, after coming here, do you sit down and relax? I had this cartoon of somebody seated on their desk and, butterflies all over their head. Do you chill? You don't. You need to, prepare yourself. You need to move. You need to be dynamic. You need to appreciate the situation by being active in it. A lot of scriptures say the truth will set you free. I edited that a bit. I think action will set you free, as well as truth. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to speaking to some more of you afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you most kindly. Hello. The SSA to the Vice President on Innovation, our very own humble and kind Dr. Nasser Emama, CON. Mr. Vice Chancellor and Chairman of the occasion, I think if you have noticed in this room, we have about 3 young people from Katsina whom have met the Queen of England by virtue of leveraging opportunities. I think this is a very, very wonderful feat. Thank you very much, Dr. Nasser Emama. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to recognize the presence of our brother, our mentor, our role model, the champion for the youth in tech in Nigeria, Honorable Minister, His Excellency, Dr. Boshun Tijani. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you for coming, and your team. Honorable Minister, yesterday we did the day 1 of the event, and we were hosted by the champion of ICT in Katsina State, my very good friend, DG Naufal, and he has given us all the necessary support that we need. We really thank you for supporting the tech ecosystem in Katsina State. Mr. Honorable Minister, you have come midway to the program. The highlight of the event, after the keynote speech, there was to be Ignite speakers presentation. And we had 3 Ignite speakers. We have the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Agricultural Development Fund, in person of Malam Muhammad Abu Ibrahim, who did the first talk. And then you came in while Dr. Nasser Emama was talking. But prior to their gracing the podium, Dr. Nasir Ngawa of the NADF did the context setting. The next items on the agenda are just 2 major activities. There is the Indigenous Languages Business Pitching Competition. The finalists have submitted their entries, And we did the semi-finals at Kadikt yesterday, and 5 finalists were shortlisted. And we were hoping that you'll be here to witness the contest before you give us the privilege to excuse you. And apart from that indigenous finals contest, there is going to be the address office, which is your own address as our own special guest of honor, distinguished special guest of honor. And the convener, whenever she goes to any stage, she identifies one startup that has the potential of becoming a unicorn. And this one startup has been together with the journey of the Inspire for Impact and the Youth Opportunity Summit. They are responsible for all this branding, but they have come up with a startup and they want to launch it today. Perhaps you will lend them just a few minutes to witness that. So going forward, we would like to start by entertaining the minister or the NYSC cultural troupe. We know you have had a long journey, and Kadi took you somewhere along the way. All right, but we want to see that you sit comfortable, refreshed before we invite you for your address. Now, NYSC troupe, if you are ready, please come to the stage. Put your hands together for the NYSC troupe. Thank you. Wow. Wow. I think I noticed the minister moving his left leg. I don't know why it was left leg, but the leg was moving. Maybe had they continued, he might have joined them on stage. All right, please let's appreciate the NYSC cultural troupe. And now the stage is going to be set for a fireside chat with the Honorable Minister and Dr. Nasir M. Mama. Mr. DJ, please, while they are setting up the stage, let's have some entertainment. Yeah. All right. It's okay. All right. Okay. Please put your hands together for Dr. Nasir M. Mama. As he comes up, he will invite the Honorable Minister himself. Please. Thank you very much.
I think without much ado, we'll have the Honorable Minister, who's an actual doctor, by the way, Dr. Bosunte Jani. I am not. Thank you very much. So Dr. Bosunte Jani, as you know, as he comes, he's the current Minister of Communication, Innovation, and Digital Economy. Thank you very much. You may sit. Professor Bugaja had to go because of a flight. Can I have your attention, please? The Honorable Minister is seated and has come all the way. Honorable Minister, is this, well, not the first time in Katsina, obviously. It is?
Yes, yes. First time in Katsina, yes.
Fantastic. This is my hometown, sir. So by that virtue, I think we're going to make you an honorary Bakatsini.
Happy to be so.
Thank you so much. I'm going to jump right in. We all know of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision to transform Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy by 2030. And to do that, we have to accelerate diversification in manufacturing, in innovation, and especially in digitization. One of the key and most prominent things that Honorable Minister has done is to make sure that we have the talent to get us there. And if you remember Professor Bugaje's keynote, he mentioned 3MTT, 3 million technical talent. I want to first ask the Honorable Minister, after his introduction, what is that about and where are we? Because a chunk of that 3 million may be sitting right here. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I think we should give a round of applause to Ajia Hauwa Liman for putting this together. You see, many people may not understand how important this gathering is, but I would like to help make a case for why this is the most important gathering in the country today. How many of us know that 70% of Nigeria is under the age of 30? How many people know that? Let me see with a show of hands. Is under the age of 30. The average age in Nigeria is 16.9. 16.9, the average age in Nigeria. And Nigeria is adding 5 million new people every year. How many people are aware of that? We're giving birth to 5 million new kids every year, which means by 2050, our population is projected to become 500 million. 500 million. By 2050, 1/3 of the workforce of the world is going to come from Africa. The 1/3 of the workforce for the world. If you follow the development in Europe, for instance, you realize that the population, the average age in Europe is actually increasing. And they're not giving birth to new kids, which means Europe will not have enough people to power their economy. So continents like Europe is going to look to Africa. And that's why the youth population in Africa, in Nigeria, is extremely important. That's why this gathering is extremely important. The biggest task and mandate that we have as a people is to ensure that our youth population is well equipped with the right skill sets to be able to fit into the world that is emerging. And that's why this gathering is important. And that's also why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu insisted that not only must we grow our economy to become a $1 trillion economy. Many people don't understand the implication of that. If we can grow the economy to 1 trillion, it means more of our sectors are becoming active and productive, and as they become more productive, it means we can provide more job opportunities for our young people. And we've come to realize that not only do we need to grow that economy, we must make provision for young people. And there's no way to make provision for young people without technology, which is why we've prioritized the 3 million technical talent program. In Katsina alone, we've trained 3,000 so far, and we're still going to be training. And it's why I think I'd like to call out, I don't know if they're in the room, but there are 3 gentlemen that I'd like to recognize today. In every state of the Federation, the 3 million technical talent has what we call a community manager. And these community managers are the ones ensuring that the young people in that state are participating in the program that we're building. For Katsina, we have Umar. I'm not sure if Umar is somewhere in the room. Is Umar one? That's Umar. Umar is responsible for the training program. And the event we just had this morning, we saw young people, male, female, participating in the 3MTT program, thanks to Umar. So we should give Umar a round of applause, please. But not just Umar, because they know that I'm going to be visiting Katsina, we also have the community manager from Jigawa, Mohammed. Is Mohammed in the room? Mohammed is in the room as well. In fact, Mohammed is responsible for one of the most celebrated young lady that's participated in this program. She happened to be one of those that represented Nigeria in China, right? And I think she's somewhere in the room as well. Is she in the room? Where is she? She's at the back. She's still there. So one of the best female participants of this program came from Jigawa as well. And of course, last but not the least, we have Mustafa from Kano. Mustafa believes that Kano community is the best in Nigeria. I don't know if that's true or not. But we have a thriving 3MTT community in Kano being supported by Mustafa. And I have to say, Mustafa, in about 2 weeks, we'll be making the trip to Kano to reopen the tech hub. The whole of Nigeria was aware when our tech hub in Kano was damaged during the protests. That tech hub, we've now renovated it. It's going to be completed in the next 1 week. And we'll open it up again for the benefit of young people. This is the mandate that we have, and that's what we've done with the program. This program is trained so far about 150,000 young people. We decided that we want to train 3 million, but we were going to break it down. We took an engineering approach to the delivery of the program, which is we'll start with 1%, we'll learn from the 1%, the lessons will help us take it to 10%, And whatever we learn from being able to train 10% of 3 million people should be good enough to help us train 3 million Nigerians. Because we just don't want this to be another training program. We want to ensure that those that we train actually get good job opportunities. We want these young people to power the development in Nigeria, but also we want Nigeria to become a net exporter of technology talent. So that's where we are with the program.
Amazing. I'm really glad I asked that question first. I didn't even know we had community managers of 3MTT right here. So this program is actually more pervasive than we think. And for it to achieve any results, we need this level of, deep grassroots penetration. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Now, my next question, I don't know who here is aware or has heard about the term digital public infrastructure. Now, I have drank the DPI Kool-Aid, like Nofo, and since our boss is here, I think I would let him explain to you what it entails. Honorable Minister, I'm particularly interested in DPI because of the ramification in terms of identity, in terms of fintech, and before you came, our keynote, Professor Bagaja delivered a brilliant keynote, and he mentioned a few things that I think, your answer will put in context. We would like to hear particularly how Katsina and how young people in Katsina can, get a better life, how, our sectors, because it's a sector-agnostic solution, right? Let's hear from the Honorable Minister about DPI. And
absolutely. Thanks for the question. I think I'll bring it down, because when we talk about technology, especially in government, we miss the opportunity to speak to the real purpose of government. The purpose of government anywhere in the world is to serve the people. And when you look across the world today, the trust between the people and government is at almost all-time low, because people generally believe that their government is not there to serve them. And what we've done when we came in is to say, how do we use the work that we do to improve the trust between government and citizen? And we realized that one of the most potent ways of bridging the gap between government and citizen is actually through the use of technology. Because what do citizens want from their government? You want, when you're going to school, to be able to apply seamlessly without problem. When you give birth to a child, you want to be able to register the child, you want to be able to access medical care without problem. When your child needs to go to school, you want to be able to register that child to go to school. If you need your identity card, you want to be able to seamlessly collect your identity card without pain. If you want to register a business, you want to be able to do that without wasting too much time. And what we've seen is that countries that have managed to seamlessly apply the use of technology in the delivery of government services have higher level of trust in their society. And one of the best countries in the world for this is Finland. Finland has used technology to deliver what we call life events. Life events are critical activities that you need to carry out as a citizen within your society. You don't want a situation where you need to collect your ID, you have to go to NIMSI office, you have to queue for hours, and the ID is not coming. You need a passport, the same process you went through to collect your ID, you have to go through the same process to collect your passport. That's not coming. So that's why we decided that Nigeria, we adopt the digital public infrastructure approach, because the digital public infrastructure approach is at the foundation of how technology is used in society, focusing primarily on three key things. The first one is identity, digital identity, that we can digitally identify every member of our society. Once you have digital identity, there's a common platform for engagement. The second is payment. If you can have a payment system that allows you to be able to make payments seamlessly and real time, it's easy for citizens to pay government. It's also easier for government to pay citizens. It's easy to move money from systems. If you have to pay for your passport, it's easy for you to pay for your passport. But the last most important thing, if you think about it very well, Nigeria already has a strong digital identity system. We have a strong payment system. In fact, the best on the African continent. Our interbank settlement system is the best on the African continent. The only thing we do not have in Nigeria at the minute is a data exchange system. So when you give birth to a child at the hospital, it's impossible actually for the commissioner or minister of health to see that information real time. It's impossible for the school to pull that information real time. You have to physically take a document to the school. But if we build a data exchange system, it means that different ministries and departments and agencies will be able to seamlessly exchange data. And once we can do that, it means that citizens will be able to benefit from government services better. And this is why we've decided to release the Data Public Infrastructure Framework for Nigeria, which is the first time it was being done. And after releasing that framework, NIDA is also released the Data Public Infrastructure Standard. Now, what we're building is the data exchange system that will facilitate and securely allow agencies to exchange data. And I think the moment Nigeria can do this, we will start to see the change that we're asking for. Because it means that it's the same thing being done in Katsina. A farmer that wants to access support from government can easily access that support. Because government knows where the farmland is, they know the name of the farmer, they know the identity, but most importantly, they have the bank account of the farmer and they can deposit money into it seamlessly. It means a startup that is trying to build a software that will be able to determine whether a citizen is qualified for mortgage can get all the necessary information on the citizen and be able to provide the mortgage to them. Or a citizen that needs to collect their passport, once they've done their NIN, doesn't need to go back to passport office to register because we have their biometrics. This is the future that we see for Nigeria, not only at the federal level, but also at the state level. And that's why I'm excited that in Katsina, the same thing is already in the pipeline.
Amazing, amazing. You know, because of the difficulty of doing transformational work, you know, a lot of people may think, oh, all these things, you know, oh, we hear of them in Finland, in India, but really, can they work in Nigeria? Are they working in Nigeria? The truth is, a lot of work is being done, as you've heard. I'm going next to talk about the, I would say the camel in the room, since we're in Katsina, you know, AI. People here, I know most of the people here use these large language models, especially ChatGPT, but we have this erroneous belief that that is AI, you know? Meanwhile, for the last 10, 20 years, we see AI in hearing aids, we see AI in our navigation systems, we see AI in your recommender systems on, you know, e-commerce and, you know, listening platforms and YouTube and all of that. What is the ministry doing, Honorable Minister, on AI? I know there are initiatives, but how can you sort of summarize, you know, the work, the transformational work you're doing in artificial intelligence?
Thank you so much. I think many people may think artificial intelligence is not for us because we have a lot of age-long challenges that we need to address. But what I like to do when I talk about AI is to help people understand what artificial intelligence is. AI is simply the fact that computer scientists have been able to figure out how to aggregate everything that we all know. So everything that has been documented, they've been able to aggregate it and train machines to process and use them. Meaning machines can now think much better than humans. Imagine if one person in this room has all the knowledge of all of us put together. Just imagine. If one person in this room, imagine if you have the knowledge of everyone in this room put together. That means it's more superior and it can do so many things because one person has that knowledge. Now, imagine what the world has done where we've been able to train machines to have the knowledge of everything that we've documented in the world. So when we came into office, I realized that if we don't prioritize artificial intelligence, we're going to wake up in 5-10 years' time, and we'll find a world where the Western world has built this new innovation that is going to influence how we think, what we think, and also the level of productivity as well. And for me, this is going to be the next level of colonization, because we will have to depend on the West for insights. They will become more smarter because they have access to everything that we know. So there's no choice for a country like Nigeria with our youthful population without investing in artificial intelligence. So we started by drafting our strategy. And we actually use a smart approach to do that. We use artificial intelligence to find all the Nigerians in the world that are part of the AI development. You're an academic, so you know this if I say it. So we took all the academic publications in the last 15 years in AI, all of them. And we took the names of the authors, and we used what they call the name library to identify which of those authors are of Nigerian descent. And we were able to bring about 100 of them to Abuja. So we had professors from Saudi Arabia, from Germany, from the US, from UK, all traveled to Abuja to help us to craft our national AI strategy, because we wanted it to be one of the best in the world. The second thing we then did was to say we may not have the resources like the West to accelerate the development of AI, but we have the best resources in the world, which are the young people. So we started investing heavily in training our young people to become one of the best set of workforce in AI in the world. And we didn't stop there. We said AI must speak our language, because AI is largely in English. So we started building our large language model. We included Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, I think Ibibio, and another language, 5. And the goal is to cover much more languages as well. And when we were doing that, we said Nigeria will become one of the first top 25 percentile countries in the world in AI, which is why I started working on AI early. And many people were complaining, why are you working on AI? At the last UN General Assembly, the UN released a ranking, and Nigeria today is one of the top 60 countries in artificial intelligence in the world. Top 60. So I think a lot is possible. And lastly on AI, what I would say is if AI is going to change agriculture, education, health, and we're saying the future that we have in Nigeria are the young people, we must ensure that they are conversant with AI, that they have the right skill set within AI, so that they can rule the world, because we've given them the opportunity to do so.
Thank you. I think I will round up with this question, Honorable Minister. For those of us that know you, right, if you didn't know, the Honorable Minister is the brain behind one of the, I think, best case Pan-African venture acceleration or innovation acceleration movement known as CC Hub, not just in Nigeria, but other African countries. I want you, sir, to tell everyone seated here, right? Most of them are aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring innovators. What will you part, what wisdom will you give them based on that experience, not just as Honorable Minister? What do they need to do, practical steps to not just, gain access to the multitudes of policies and programs that the government has, but to make something of themselves?
No, I think what I will share, which you already know, but you may doubt yourself and your ability to be able to tap into it, is the fact that there's no career path that you choose today that technology is not going to be the differentiator. Nothing you choose today that technology is not going to be the differentiator. And I see a lot of youth corpus in the room, and I would like to use you as example. An example in the sense that Knowledge today now live on this thing that you carry. Most of what we go to universities or academic institutions to learn today are actually available to us, whether we go to these institutions or not. And I'm not discouraging you from going. But one thing you need to do while you're learning and you're acquiring skill set is to understand that the people that will thrive in society that we live in today are people with creative confidence. If you don't have the confidence to believe that the skill set and the knowledge that you have access to, that you can apply it to solve a problem in society, your opportunities will be limited. It will be limited. And I can also assure you that it doesn't matter anymore where you come from. I'm seated here today. I'm from a very public school in Ogun State. I went to a very public school in Ogun State. But from that school, with exposure to technology, I was able to expose myself to opportunities. I joined a student association when I was at the University of Jos. I got the opportunity to travel to Switzerland, to work for the UN, to work for Hewlett-Packard. From there to a business school, to starting CC Hub, which has supported thousands of entrepreneurs, to employing a lot of people, to traveling over 100 countries in the world. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't. It doesn't matter whether you have access to the best opportunity. When we were growing up, we only had access to internet in Jos through dial-up. The older people in the room will know what that is. You have to use your landline to call the internet. It will first ring, then it will connect. And we used to go to the cyber cafes to access them. We were paying about 30 naira per second for internet then. So you can imagine how expensive it was. Today, that's not the same in the world you live in. With ChatGPT, everything I'm saying here to you, you can have access to the better insight than what I'm telling you here today. So you do not have anything in your way to be who you want to be. And lastly, do not spend your time just complaining about the things that are bad about your country. Find time to ensure that if you want to complain, that while you're complaining, you're also being part of the solution. Because what Nigeria needs today are solution providers. Solution providers. And never believe that opportunities cannot come to you if you don't know people. I always tell many people, until after my appointment, I didn't meet the president. Many people don't believe this. I met the president after my clearance at the National Assembly. I didn't know the president from anywhere. People recommended him to him based on my CV. He looked at the CV, he said I was going to appoint him. Even when the whole world pushed back, the president decided I will appoint this person because of the CV. So the best solution to getting you to where you want to be is by being of value to your society. Find something to do, acquire the best skill set, apply yourself, build for other people. Build for other people. One of the people I've supported the most in my life with CC Hub today is part of two of the biggest technology companies in Africa. When he came into CC Hub, he was wearing Dunlop slippers. And I didn't have money to give him, but I gave him free membership. He built his first startup, which failed, and decided to pivot into another one. And that startup today is the company that is called Andela. I'm sure most of you know Andela. Andela is worth over $1 billion US. After building Andela, he's also partnered with people to build a company today that is called Flutterway. I saw Inyolu Aboyeji when he was building. It wasn't building because he had a lot of money behind him. It was building because he believed in his ability, in his creative confidence to help make Nigeria a better place. There's no better way to use your time. There's no better path to the top than doing things for your country.
Amazing. Thank you, Honorable Minister. I'm sure there are a lot of Ians sitting here. Anyway, I don't know if we have any time to take questions. Maybe 2 questions for the Honorable Minister. Does anybody want or has a pressing question to ask the Honorable Minister? One over there. Do you want to come forward, please? Or is there a mic? Okay, so we don't have much time. You can write it and then it can be delivered to him. Thank you so much. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
For a picture with the convener. You remain for a picture with the convener, please. Yes, please, someone should help move the chairs, please. Allah. Just move it there. Someone should help move the chairs, please. Volunteers. Yes. I think the VC should join this picture, please. The VC, Umaru Musa Radio University, and ES Gidonia, and NADF, yes, the VC, Federal University of Transport. We have the representative of the rector of Federal Polytechnic Daura. There is a representative of Nexim Bank. You should please, Rector KSITM. The representative of Honorable Jamo, please. Rector Barrister, Associate Prof. Ahmed Adamu, the SA to the State Governor of Banking and Finance. The Dean, where is the Dean? Social Sciences, right? Yes, please, can you join them on stage? We have, where is the Turaramucha? Please, I think you can use these stairs. Maimuna is out of this place. This is a very historic moment in Katsina State. The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. I forgot to mention that the Minister has promised to support the hub, the Inspired Hub. Yes. Yes, the Inspired Hub. Yes.
So which one is that?
No, I'll tell you when I come. They gave us a building and I'm setting up the hub post activities after this summit.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you come with
yes,
All right. Thank you most kindly, the Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy. Immediately after the Honorable Minister, we will listen to the Ignite talk from the convener herself. We will learn about her. All right, let's take another picture, right? Can we use the background? Can we use the background for the picture? Okay, space out. Let's use the background, please. Let's use the background. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think there is a mic on the minister. We need to get the mic. Yes, please put your hands together for the minister. The band, let's escort the minister. Band, NYC band. DJ. Mr. DJ. Podium. Please bring the podium here. DJ, well done, DJ. Let's get the podium back here. We are going to take the last Ignite talk. And then we go for the finals. We will see who will be the winner for the Indigenous Languages Business Pitching Contest. Mr. Chairman, sir, the reason for the Indigenous Languages Pitching Contest is to give people who do not have capacity to speak in English and express themselves, to remove that barrier and give them opportunity to share their ideas and also have access to funding. That is the major objective. Because most of the times you find that all these competitions, they are in English language, so those that cannot speak English are automatically marginalized. So the idea was to carry everyone along. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Hauwa Liman, the convener, for her own Ignite talk. Please put your hands together for Hauwa Liman. Thank you.
Network has really expanded my access to the right resources and tools, creating more opportunities for growth. Building a strong network has really expanded my access to the right resources and tools, creating more opportunities for growth, collaborations, and scaling the impact of my work. I've witnessed firsthand the impact of continuous learning after graduation. You can stay updated and prepare to use your knowledge by joining professional networks relevant to your field, enrolling in online courses, and attending industry-specific conferences and events. Make it a habit. It pays.
Instagram, on any social media platform. Okay. I'm going to build my presentation on those videos. You know one interesting thing? I never paid for those videos. At a point, I keep asking, why are they overplaying these videos? Because anyone I meet will tell you, I've seen you on Facebook. I've seen your videos on Instagram. That is an opportunity I leveraged, and that is an opportunity that took me on a journey online. And young people, even the old, keep asking me what's all about and how they can also leverage it. Good afternoon, everyone, one more time. I'm standing here this afternoon to talk to you, not just as the convener of this transformative event, and not just as an Ignite speaker, but as someone that has walked the very path that many of our young people in this hall here are walking on. It's a path I know that is filled with lots of dreams and aspirations, but at the same time, it's one that is filled with lots and lots of uncertainties. I know because I've walked the path. But at the same time, it's a path that is filled with this relentless quest for growth. I titled my Ignite talk, Opportunities Made Me, because sincerely speaking, Hauwa Liman is a product of opportunities. Opportunities that she earned, opportunities that she painstakingly prepared for, opportunities that she sought, opportunities that she earned, and ultimately opportunities that transformed her. Like the Honorable Minister just said here, you can become somebody without knowing anybody. It's possible. And like he told you, he became a minister without knowing the president. I became the technical advisor to the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria without knowing him, without seeing him till after my appointment. Let me take you back some 3 decades ago. Hauwa is just a little girl like Nasir was in Malumfashi. I was just a little girl in Daura local government area here in Katsina State. But as a little girl, I was eager to learn. I was eager to dream. I was eager to grow. But wait, I've always been eager to make an impact. I recall serving as a health prefect in my primary school. Moving on to Federal Government Girls College, Bakori. My friends and my secondary schoolmates are here to testify, the 3 of them. If you can please stand up, Fadila, Maimuna, and Gada too. Let's appreciate my secondary school classmates. If you want to know Hauwa Liman in secondary school, you can meet them and ask them. Aside from my notebooks, I was part of virtually every other extracurricular activity. I served as a press club president in my secondary school, the literary and debating club, even the mock news. I was able to learn Pidgin English. As a girl from Daura local government, I was able to connect with students from southern Nigeria, and I was able to learn Pidgin English so much that I can represent my school in mock news competition with other schools. Not only that, I was part of MSS, Muslim Student Society of Nigeria. Allahu Akbar. Unfortunately, one thing is, aside all these activities, it was only the dance and drama troupe and the band that I was not able to be a part of, unfortunately, because till date, Hauwa doesn't know how to dance. So you can't find me dancing in any biki, not because I don't want to, but because Hauwa cannot vibe to the tunes, I cannot dance. So if anyone at that point in time had told me that I will join the late Secretary General of the United Nations to work to promote peace in the world, the late Kofi Annan, I would have smiled, but I would have doubted that person. This is the picture of Hauwa Liman with Kofi Annan. Hauwa Liman is just a little girl growing up in Daura local government, but because of her mindset, because of her quest for impact, because of the dedication and the quest to give back to her community, she was invited for a program, and she ended up working alongside Kofi Annan to promote peace around the world. If anyone had told me I will have Amina J. Mohammed giving me a very tight hug because of the work I was doing, I wouldn't have believed that. Not only that, if I've been told I'll be able to pose for a picture with the Queen of England, I will say, Waini Hauwa ko kuke faɗa kuwa? As a young girl in secondary school, posing for a picture with a queen, engaging with King Charles, and then posing for a picture with Queen Camilla, a little Hauwa, way back in the Daura local government. And this is me with the Honorable Minister that just left the hall now. Selected goalkeepers for promoting sustainable development goals. Please, can you take back the picture? We were selected as goalkeepers for the impact we're making in our communities. If I will take you back to what my brother told you, Mohammed, he said there are problems within our communities. And like the minister rightly said now, how do you be a part of the solutions and not the problem? But at the same time, growing up, I've always believed that making an impact creates opportunities. Excellence creates opportunities. Finishing my secondary school, I was able to enroll into Bayero University. I gave it my all. I wanted to be a lecturer. Unfortunately, I ended up being a lecturer with the NYSC, engaging core members day in, day out. So I graduated top of my class as the best female student. That shows excellence pays. I went on to serve Nigeria. When many of you keep running away, I served in Enugu. Enugu, Kwenu. Do we have couples from Enugu there? I served in Command Secondary School, 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, and I stayed in New Haven, Upper Chime. I remember hopping on buses from my home to my serving place, and I was able to grab the little Igbo language that I can speak. I was able to say, wait, change, Biko, give me change. Wait, Miri, give me water. You know, all these things. And they find it fascinating having someone from the north communicating and speaking their language. Interestingly, I didn't see the impact till when I returned back to the north. Simple as going to the market, engaging an old woman in the market, and I can speak the little Igbo that I have, with a change, Biko, it brings smile on her face. But that is not what I'm trying to point out to you. Excellence, sacrifice, the hope for making an impact really opened doors for you. While my colleagues were busy waiting for jobs after NYSC, immediately after NYSC, I got employed with the National Youth Service Corps for giving my best during my NYSC as the best corps member that served in my school. I'm telling you here today, wherever you find yourself, do not be average. Do not be average. Give in your best. No, the world is watching, and those that work hard can be rewarded. It's possible. While others were looking for jobs, same year I got a job with the NYSC. Joining NYSC, I did not stop there. Today, last week I was in NYSC camp, and my colleagues keep saying, where Hauwa Liman the vice president? But while they only keep themselves limited to working only with the NYSC work, I founded the Inspire for Impact initiative based on the problems that I experienced on camp, particularly as it relates to northern Nigerian youths leveraging opportunities. Matasa mubasa sanzama camp. The kunje registration kunfita kuntafigida. And sorry to say that our parents are not supporting this cause. Like the issues that, like the opportunities that the Honorable Minister mentioned here, most of Abubu and Anakaisi NYSC company, but our children do not stay Sesabar camp. I saw the need for me to create this awareness for them to engage our young people, to enlighten them, to communicate the need for them, to have this value reorientation and change in mindset for them to be able to know that they have to commit to personal and professional growth by keeping to lifelong learning. This kept opening doors for me. While my colleagues talk with the NYSC work, they called me Hauwa is everywhere. Yo, Bata Kanu, Bata Kaduna, Bata Lagos, attending this program or the other program, but it paid off. I was the first entrepreneur from Katsina State to win the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program in 2015. I was the first to introduce it to Katsina State because the following year, we kept training people on how to access it year in, year out. Come 2016, I was again the first person from Katsina State to win the Mandela Washington Fellowship application program. And that earned me the opportunity of meeting the then US President Barack Obama. After we came back is when the magistrate himself was able to, win the Mandela Washington Fellowship. But I was the first person that won it in 2016, and we opened up the space. We trained so many young people from Katsina State, going through their applications, guiding them on how to apply it, organizing sessions here and there. Come 2017, I sent in a brief on how to address the issues of youth unemployment in Nigeria. I saw the advert online. That's why I tell young people it's not about technology, but the use of technology. How are you using your social media? I remember vividly in NYSC camp, I keep telling core members, what do you use your social media for? In the lecture hall, they are busy watching. And I tell them that between 2015 and 2020, I used social media to get opportunities that money can never buy. I boldly tell them that I was able to win the British Council Future Policy Program. One of 50 young people from around the world would earn me the opportunity of having executive class, a course in Cambridge, which ultimately I cannot afford. But I was able to obtain a certificate from Cambridge because of a policy idea. I pitched the policy idea of triple E model to curbing youth unemployment in Nigeria, and it earned me a space. And I didn't know anybody. To show you that you can be somebody without knowing anybody is the issue of mindset. Your mindset, how do you prepare yourself? How do you position yourself for these opportunities? These opportunities do not come knocking. You have to go searching for them, but you have to prepare, you have to be present, you have to be principled, but above all, you have to be disciplined. This sense of entitlement, it's possible, it's doable. I keep telling young people, but you have to be focused. In Katsina here in 2016, when I came to take them through the Tony Elumelu Foundation application drive, the questions were much. Wata ta kalle ne ta ce Hauwa in dai ba aljanna za a bani ba wannan application din ba zan iya shi ba. Can you imagine? This is a life transforming opportunity for every entrepreneur. For you to go through that, it will transform you. It gave me my first business plan with which I used to apply. Africa Abaya grew because of this opportunity that I leveraged. So I'm telling you here today that wallahi, stop limiting yourself. And let me give you the code. Ladies in this hall, not even the ladies, had Damazan. Let me tell you this is the code. Magistrate will testify to this. By virtue of Kuyang Arewani, you have the upper hand. Slots that are there, Yang Arewa Basa Amfani Deshi. So you sending in your application by virtue of state income, Yanuna, you're from Arewa. Already in the applications in the Commander Mandela Washington Fellowship that try to balance across all states in Nigeria. By virtue of capital daga Arewa, you have the upper hand. So please, Bachiba na kubaneba. Nobody is coming to develop Arewa umba mumukai developing. Nobody is coming to help us if we don't help ourselves. And as young Nigerians, I'm happy my young core members are seated up there. Nobody is coming to develop Nigeria if we don't develop it, like what the Honorable Minister was here and told you. As young people, we need to step up. We need to do away with the issues of tribalism, ethnicity, whatever. As I tell my core members, when you're coming into Katsina State, drop whatever you read online on social media about the people of the North and about the people of Katsina. Experience it yourself. You're in Faskari, you're in Daura, you're in Atagarawa. Nobody should tell you this is the behavior of the people. Mix with them, embrace them, communicate with them, judge for yourself. Are they peace-loving people or otherwise? As young people, we need to fight these issues of sentiment that is being pumped into us. Let's come together and unite and build a Nigeria that we all want to see. And as people from Katsina State, we have what it takes. Opportunities are out there. They are online. But you don't know the opportunities in the Federal Ministry of Innovation for young people. So please, this mentality needs to change. Opportunities made me, and opportunities can make you. The ball is in your court. You can do it, and I wish you the best of luck. Salaam alaikum.
Please, first of all, let's appreciate the convener for this inspiring speech. And then let's appreciate this young man for making the room light up again. I think that's why they said Katsina Nduko from the poet. Right? Kunya garemu. All right, thank you. Mr. Chairman, sir, we have the finals of the pitching competition. There are 5 finalists. We will introduce the judges, and they will call out the contestants. They will pitch their ideas, and they will be asked questions. And 3 of them stand a chance of going home with 1 million naira today in this hall, in this auditorium. So I would like to begin. Please, can we set up the chairs for the judges? Can we set up the chairs for the judges? Let's line up the chairs for the judges. And someone should please help me move the podium. Let's line up. Someone should help me move the podium, please. Just move it to that side. Yes. Just bring it here. Yes. I think we need like wait. I think we need 5, right? Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, sir, permit me to please hand over the microphone to the Chief Judge, who is also going to be inviting her panel of judges. She's an entrepreneur. She's a fashion entrepreneur by excellence, and her brand name is Malabis by Mims. She came here all the way from Kano. She's also part of the organizing committee of this esteemed summit. Please put your hands together for Malabis.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. What's happening? Are you hungry? Okay, wait now. Calm down. Okay, on one condition. Okay. On one condition. We are having one of the most interesting parts of this summit. Okay, no food. If you keep talking, I'm in charge of entertainment and refreshment. We won't give any. Kopawi! Wow! Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maimuna Bakar Anka, the Creative Director and CEO of Malabis by Mims. And it's with great pleasure that I welcome you to this particular segment of our summit. I was telling the MC that I think is the most interesting part, and we was like, no, one of the most interesting parts. So I correct that. Thank you so much. So I would like to invite the judges, starting with, okay, please, I think there's someone here that is missing. Honorable, these are Eradua. Okay, Todala Baninaka. Fulatan gave me the wrong person. So no. Okay, so please permit me to welcome Bilkisu Suleiman Ibrahim, SA on Banking and Finance, to the Governor of Katsina State. And the CEO of Turaren Wuta by Ray, Rahana to Ahmad. Also, let me welcome Huzaifa Yakubu Musa, founder Kirkira Innovation Hub. And then we have Umar Mustafa Kultawa, Chairman Luminab. Where is he? Okay. So I hope the participants, the contestants are ready. So we'll be starting with, sorry, please. So I'll be calling on Farida Usman Abdullahi to please approach and start with our pitch. Thank you very much. Okay. Do we have another mic, please? Okay. Hi, where is Uzaifa?
Put your hands together for her now. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, okay, so this is the scorecard. Give it to her.
Why need Mustafa? Katsina first. Me soon, sir. Okay. So let's invite one of the panelists, one of the judges, Mustafa Katsina. Please come up stage. So,
sure. Okay. Sorry, please, before you start, we're going to give, you have 3 minutes, and then 2 minutes for questions and answers, please. So once it's time, I'm going to speak on the mic, okay? Good luck.
Thank you. Shin, ko kun san cewa yawancin kayan ciye-ciye da muke ci na da sinadarai masu cutarwa? A Feeder Street, mun ɗauki wannan a matsayin kira don samar da wani abu daban. Lafiya, daɗi, da sauƙin amfani. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, sunana Farida Usman Abdullahi, shugabar Feeder Street. Feeder Street kasuwanci ne da aka kafa don samar da sabbin ɗanɗano, inganci ta fannin kayan zaƙi, kayan makulashe, kayan ciye-ciye, da ma sauran kayan daɗin da mutane ke bukata. Wanda sana'ar ta fara ne a cikin gida, a hankali ta bar gida, har muka samar mata da rijista. Wanda hakan shi ya ba mu ƙwarin gwiwar samar da hanyar da za mu bambanta kanmu da sauran masu sana'o'i irin namu, ta hanyar samar da kayan masarufi, kayan lambu masu tsafta, daɗi da kuma inganci, don ɗaukaka tattalin arzikinmu da kuma lafiyar masu cinikayya da mu. A yau mutane da dama ba su da lokaci ko damar yin abinci mai lafiya. Feeder Street ta kawo mafita. Maimakon a fita a samu a siya kayan abinci daga waje, mu muna amfani da kayan noma ne wanda aka samar da su daga gida don ƙara lafiya, sauƙin amfani da kuma sauƙaƙa rayuwar yau da kullum. Mun horar da matasa da mata da dama don koyon sana'a, saboda abincin da muke koya musu muna amfani da kayan cikin gida ne don kawo tattalin arzikin ƙasarmu da kuma lafiyar masu cinikayya da mu. Ƙalubalen da muke fuskanta a yau shine muna da ƙarancin kayan aiki, amma da wannan tallafi za mu samar da rijistar NAFDAC don kawo yarda a zukatan zuciyoyin masu cinikayya da mu, bunƙasa kicin ɗinmu don samun yin aiki cikin sauƙi da kwanciyar hankali, samar da ingantaccen packaging ta hanyar samar da leda mai kyau da samfarin kamfaninmu a jiki don jawo hankalin kwastomominmu. Abin da ya bambanta mu da sauran masu sana'o'i namu shine haɗa daɗi, sauƙi da jin daɗi a guri guda. Muna ba da abinci ɗaya haɗe da zamani da gargajiya a cikin salo mai jawo hankali. A yau zaɓi na a hannunku. Ku zaɓi kasuwancin da zai ɗaga darajar rayuwar matasa da mata da manoma. Ku zaɓi Feeder Street, inda lafiya, tsafta da jin daɗi ke haɗuwa. Na gode.
Okay, she is done with the presentation. Any question, please, from any of the judges?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Hajiya Farida, na san akwai businesses da yawa wanda suke harka irin abin da kike yi, suna sai da abinci, suna sai da kuma kayan sha da sauransu. Me ya bambancin naki da sauran wanda suke yi a cikin gari?
Mu muna amfani da kayan noma ne ingantattu don samar da lafiya ga kwastomominmu.
Ta yaya kuke tabbatar da cewa wannan kayan ingantattu ne?
Kayan noma ne, kamar misali wajen in za mu yi lemu misali, za mu tabbatar da cewa mun samu kamar su kankana, pineapple, da kuma su apple in shi kan shi, da su cucumber, duk kayan cikin gida ne, kuma mun san cewa suna ƙara jini a jikin mutane duk marasa lafiya, misali masu ciwon shuga. Idan ka ba shi cucumber ko kankana, wannan zai yi reducing shugan da ke a jikin shi.
Thank you. Okay.
So thank you for your pitch. So kin yi magana cewa kuna aiki da matasa, kuna supporting institutes za su yi abin nan making abinci, but also ya kuke accessing customers, kuma ya kuke samun matasan?
Yanzu rashin aikin yayi yawa, so muna going around kamar yanzu 'yan gudun hijira haka da less privileged people. So muna yawo, muna cikin su, ina makaranta, so I know how things are. so muna supporting in su wajen akwai masu talent sosai amma ba su san ya za su yi express wannan talent din ba sai mu je wajen su in kana da passion for food sai mu jawo ka a jiki sai mu nuna maka gashi yanda za a yi ko da baka iya ba za mu saka a hanya don ka kare mutane suna cewa wai sai sun jira gwamnati ta ba su aiki so but then we support them saboda a rage ma gwamnati aikin don bunƙasa tattalin arzikinmu.
And then my other question was about the outlets. Ina ake samun abincinku?
Abincinmu a gida ne.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. No, we can only take 2 questions because of the time. Sorry, please. Maybe the next person. Thank you so much, Farida.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, please, I would like to call on Hadiza Shehu. She's the next person on stage. Hadiza Shehu. Hadiza Shehu, are you here? If you are not ready, we'll move on to the next person.
Where is Hadiza?
Okay, Hadiza, welcome. So you have 3 minutes for your presentation and then 2 minutes for questions and answers, okay? Hadiza, you have 3 minutes for your presentation.
A lokacin da rayuwata ta rasa tushe, na gina mafarki, na ɗauki zare da allura da yadi, na gina mafarki. Yanzu kuma ina taimakawa wasu matan su ma su gina nasu mafarkin. Matan da ba su samu damar zuwa makaranta ba, matan da suka rasa aiki ko suka rasa mazajensu, mata da ke da fasaha amma ba su da damar bayyana ta, wanda bincike ya nuna cewa cikin kaso 100 kaso mai yawa daga cikin matar jihar Katsina na cikin wa'annan matan. Wayannan su ne matan da muke horaswa a HB Designs World. Sunana Hadiza Bebeji, kuma ni ba tela bace kalai, ni gogaggiyar fashion designer ce. Kuma ni ce mai kamfanin HB Designs World a inda kirkira fasaha da kuma ƙayataccen salo na ɗinki ke haɗuwa. Kuma kamfani ne da ke amfani da ɗinki wajen sauya rayuwar mata. Ɗinkuna mu ba kawai kyau bane da su, suna wakiltar mutunci, ado, sannan kuma suna da ƙarko. Kuma ba kamar wasu telolin ba, muna tabbatar da cewa mun cika alƙawari, wanda na san da yawa daga cikinku sun taɓa fuskantar ɓacin da rashin cika alƙawari daga gurin tela. Daga sanda muka kafa wannan kamfani zuwa yanzu, mu horar da mata aƙalla guda 30, wanda wasu daga cikinsu sun samu aiki kai tsaye ƙarƙashin kamfaninmu, wasu kuma suna cin gashin kansu ne. Kuma muna da ma'aikata aƙalla guda 7, inda wasu daga cikinsu ɗinki suke yi, wasu su sa stones wasu duwatsu, wasu su sa beads, wasu embroidery, a inda ake miƙa ba mai an so kaya da maida wato delivery guy ake bashi ya maida kayan, wanda hakan shi yake kawo mana kuɗin shiga cikin kamfaninmu. A masana'antar ɗinki nan gaba kaɗan ko an ce a fashion industry muna hango HB Designs a matsayin wata katafaren kamfani a inda salansa zai ƙayatar da al'umma kuma ya haifar da tsaftar muhalli. Kuma da taimakon wannan tallafi za mu samu mu sai kayayyakin aiki, mu haɓaka shirye-shiryenmu na horarwa, kuma mu kafa wutar lantarki na daidai da zamani. HB Designs na nuna cewa mata za su iya, fashion zai iya, sannan kuma duniya za ta iya samun canji daga cikin ɗinki. Na gode.
Any question from the judges, please? Any question?
Yawa, kin yi magana akan tallafawa mata, musamman mata da mazajen suka rasa mazajen su ko auren su ya mutu ko mazajen suka mutu. Ta ya kamfanin ku yake tallafa musu?
To idan muka koya musu sana'ar dinki, za su samu abin da za su dogara da kansu.
Okay. Any other question?
Assalamu alaikum. So bayan kun koyar da mata dinki, akwai certification da kuke ba su na tabbatar da cewar
sun koyi dinki
ba sun koya ba kadai. Kin ga zan iya na course under you, na yi course dai an wuce wurin, but this person is a certified tailor and it is he or she is trained by me, kuma na tabbatar da cewar duk inda za a je zan daga wannan in ba da garanti a kan shi, irin wannan certification din nake tambaya.
Issue of recent mun fara ba da certificate gaskiya, kamar wanda muka yi training din su last mun ba su certificate. So kuma from the brand name wanda suka sani a matsayin HB Designs sun san cewa duk wanda zai yi training insha Allah it's a certified and a good tailor.
Okay, that will be all. Thank you so much. So we'd like to call on is it Radia Musa Shehu? Okay, thank you. Okay, please, you can move. You can start your presentation, please. You have 3 minutes.
Da yawa daga cikin al'ummarmu suna matuƙar wahala wajen samun ingantaccen naman kaza wanda yake ɗauke da sinadarai masu gina jiki da ƙarin lafiya. Wannan matsalan ba lafiyar al'ummarmu kaɗai ya shafa ba, har ma da tattalin arzikin yankinmu da ma Najeriya baki ɗaya. Sunana Radiya Musa Shehu, ni ce mamallakiyar Hasrat Farm. Hasrat Farm gona ce wacce take samun muku da ingantattun naman kajin Hausa wanda suke dauke da sinadarai masu gina jiki da ƙarin lafiya. Hasrat Farm ta fara da kaji 5, yanzu akalla tana da kaji sama da 30. Hasrat Farm da kaji guda 100, Hasrat Farm za ta iya samar da kaji sama da 1,500 tare da samar ma matasa aikin yi. A kaji 1,500 tare da cire kaso 5 ga waɗanda suka mutu. A yanzu haka Hasrat Farm ta dogara da kuɗin shiganta ne ta hanyar sai da kajin Hausa waɗanda suke ɗauke da lafiya, suke ba da lafiya a jiki, sannan da sai da kwai ga masu ƙyanƙyasa. Hakan ya sa Hasrat Farm take so ta bunƙasa hanyoyin shiganta don samun ma matasa aikin yi. Na ɗaya, don tana son ta ƙara faɗaɗa hanyoyin shiganta ta hanyar sai da kashin kaji ga manoma. Na biyu, ta hanyar sai da gashin kaji ga masu manoman lambu. Na uku, ta hanyar ƙara faɗaɗa sai da kwanta ga waɗanda suke buƙatan ƙyanƙyasa. Hasrat Farm a shekara 5 tana da burin samar da injin ƙyanƙyasa wanda za ta ringa ƙyanƙyashe kajin Hausa da kanta. A shekara 10, Hasrat Farm tana so ta samar da wani katafaren kamfani wanda za ta ringa processing kajin Hausa tana fitar da shi kasashen waje. Da tallafa ma Hasrat Farm zai taimaka kamar haka. Na farko, samar da lafiya ga al'ummarmu. Na biyu, samar ma matasa aikin yi. Na uku, sauƙaƙa ma manoman wajen samun taki ba sai sun dogara da takin zamani ba. Na hudu, bunƙasa al'adarmu na Bahaushe da zai karaɗa ko'ina daga nan gida Najeriya har ƙasashen waje. Na gode.
So tambaya ta a nan wanda kike da shi yanzu wanda kuma kuka fara saidawa ya kike fitarwa ki saida, kuma kwai nawa kika saida, kila crate ɗin kwai nawa kika saida, kaza nawa kika saida, da kuma takin ma shi ma nawa kika saida, sannan kuma wani shago kika bude ne ko kuwa kaiwa kike yi inda ake saidawa a saida miki?
Da na yi magana a cikin cewa hanyoyin kuɗin shigan ban fara sai da taki ba saboda kajinmu ba su wuce 30 da ɗan wani abu ba. Shi yasa kwanne muke siyar ma masu ƙyanƙyasa ga waɗanda suke da burin bunƙasa su samar da kajin Hausa su rene su.
Crate nawa kika saida na ba?
Wanda mai ƙyanƙyasan da nake badawa shi ina tara mai crate guda 1 na fara badawa guda 30 kenan. Yanzu na fara da badawa, na bada slide ɗin hoton su na guda 30 na fara badawa aka ƙyanƙyashe, amma a guda 30 guda 18 ne suka fita a ciki. To shi yasa nake da burin nan da shekara 5 Hasrat Farm ta samar da wurin ƙyanƙyasan, saboda ni ina zargin cewa da ni nake ƙyanƙyashe wannan kajin kila zan samu fiye da haka.
So thank you for your presentation. I'll remind us of your business name.
Hasrat Farm.
Okay. So how long ne pipeline and training mutane up to the point da za su iya sai da taki da kuma kwayan da sauransu? How long is the pipeline?
ba mun yi focusing kawai akan cewa za mu training mutane akan sai da yadda za su kiwata kajin hausansu ba ne. Main focus ɗinmu shine mutane al'ummanmu su daina raja'a akan kajinmu na turawa wanda ake samu su chemicals suke cutar da lafiyarmu. To shine muke so mu fara ɗabbaka wannan abu, saboda da yawa in kika shiga yanzu ki shiga gida ɗaya biyu da wuya ki samu kazan Hausa. Za ki je kasuwa ana ce miki kazan Hausa 7,000 8,000. To a burinmu muna so kowane mutum kowane mai gida ya iya samu ya sai kaza wadda za ta gina lafiyar iyalin shi a kuɗi mai sauƙi.
Okay, one last question please, and that's
Masha Allah. So ni tambaya ta ita ce, idan kika saida kika samu riba, ya kike da wannan ribar?
Idan muka
yaya kike samun kuɗi daga wannan sana'ar taki?
Samun kuɗin mu shine yanzu misali idan ina da yanda ne aka yi mana training, kaza kina da kazan Hausa guda 10, ya kamata ki sa musu zakara guda 1 ko 2 ne, saboda idan zakaru suka yawa za ki iya samun cewa ba za ki iya samun daman kyankyashe kwanki su zama ingantattu ba. To hakan yasa yanzu idan naga kaji na zakaru sun yawa a cikin su, zan fitar da zakarun a ciki in kai kasuwa. Sannan duk wata kaza zan mata cycle so 5 ne, zan maimaita ta. Da kaji na yanzu kaza na tayi kwai tayi kyankyasa, zan cire ta, zan ba ta sati 1 tare da yaranta. Ina ba ta sati 1 zan cire su in ajiye su gefe, sannan in ƙara maimaita mata wannan cycle din so 5. Riban da nake samu ina yi don ƙara bunƙasa ƙara kaji na, tun da na ce miki da 5 na fara, a haka akan sai in ƙaro hakan ya sa na.
Okay, to mun gode sosai. Thank you. And the next participant, I would like to call on Fatima Nabila Kabir. Fatima Nabila Kabir.
Assalamu alaikum. Kafin in fara, ina so in ba da ɗan saƙo. Da a ce a jihar Katsina muna samun dama kamar wannan, da matasan jihar Katsina da sun samu ƙwarin gwiwa saboda hanyar kasuwanci, da sun samu ƙwarin gwiwa sosai yadda za a dage a ƙara ba da ƙaimi wurin sana'a. Saboda haka ina miƙa saƙon godiya ga convener da baƙinmu da guest da kuma da judges ɗinmu, muna ƙara godiya da kuka kawo wannan program a jihar Katsina. Mun gode ƙwarai, Allah ya saka da alkhairi.
Continue. Yes, your time starts.
Da yawa daga cikinku kuna shan son kunun aya, amma gyaran aya da kuma wani lokaci ka kai dan kaɗan barkari a bata maka yakan sanya da yawa a haƙura da shan wannan kunun aya. Da wannan nazari ne ya sanya na fara product ina Irshad Tiger Nut Mix, wato garin kunun aya. Wanda da ruwa za ka sa ruwa kawai ka jika shi, ka tace, ka sa shuga, shi kenan ka gama aiki. Sunana Fatima Nabila Kabir. Ni ce mamallakiyar Bilar Royal Garden, wanda a wannan company nakan je kasuwa ƙauyuka wurin manoma na siyo aya, mu dawo gida mu sarrafa ta tare da aya da kwakwa da dabino da citta tare da ma'aikata. A ƙasar da ba a ƙasar ba yanzu na saida wa mutane sama da kilo 2,000 na garin kunun aya a faɗin Najeriya da ƙasashen ketare kamar su Niger, USA, America, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia da kuma Niger. Ba a nan kadai muka tsaya ba, nukan ba da tsarin wannan kunun aya ga mutane domin su dogara da kansu. Nukan ba da kuma unbranded wanda babu sunana a ciki, ba mata su je su sa logo ɗinsu, su sa su packaging ɗinsu sai da a gidajensu da mun su samu aikin yi. Na yi ma wannan product ɗin register da NAFDAC, sannan mun aika shi lab an mishi nutritional analysis. Abin da ya bambanta sana'ata da sauran mutane, a wannan garin kunun aya nawa ba za ku taɓa samun tsakuwa ko ƙasa a cikin shi ba. Sannan ina roƙon wannan gidauniya da ta tallafa ma wannan kamfani nawa domin mu samu kayan aiki kamar su injin nika, dehydrator wato injin busar da aya, slicing machine, injin busar da kwakwa, ta yadda za mu iya yin producing kayanmu da yawa, sannan mu ɗauki ma'aikata da dama wanda zai ba mu damar yin aiki mu bi producing da yawa ba tare da mun kasa rishin target ɗinmu ba. Da wannan nake cewa na gode. Sannan za mu samu damar ɗaukar ma'aikata wanda za su dogara da kansu. Thank you.
Okay. sannu. Okay, to ina da tambaya da Allah. So mun san yadda in an yi kunun aya nan da na yake samun matsala ko ina cikin fridge. To wannan garin kunun ayan na yake akwai preservatives kuma wani irin preservatives ne a ciki?
Babu preservative a ciki, komai natural ne. Saboda zaka iya ɗiba kaɗan ko da ba wuta. Da ruwan sanyi zaka ɗibi kaɗan ka jiƙa ko kuma kai blending ka tace shi kenan ka gama.
Zaka iya ajiyewa bai.
Zaka iya ajiye garin. Shi ma kuma in ka saka zaka iya saka ɗiban daidai need ɗinka for that time kawai ka yi ka sha.
Okay. Anyway.
So, what would you plan to do in terms of the money in Akabaki?
Like, I used to invest the money into my business.
In terms of how would you?
How do I? Like, I used to invest this way.
To expand?
Yeah.
To expand?
Yes, to expand the business because before ina zuwa kasuwa siyo tiya. To da ina reinvesting yanzu zan iya siyan buhunna a ƙauyuka.
Okay. So you can.
So tambaya ta tana kama da tata. Cikin abubuwan da kika ce zaki yi da wannan kudin an taimaka miki, kin ce zaki sake siyan wasu mashina jerin su da yawa. Kina tunanin abin da za a baki zai isa ki yi wannan abubuwan?
Ko ba zai isa ba, zan fara yin wanda ya zama muhimmanci a cikin su kafin na muka samu kudi muka cika generation a hankali har sai mu siya sauran insha Allah.
Okay, to mun gode sosai. Thank you very much. So we'd like to call on the next contestant, Zainu Abedin. Okay, take. You want it's for the judges. Wait. Okay. Well done. Hello. You have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wake kirkira content a nan? Wake baya amfani da kafafen sada zumunta? Kirkira content ba na shahararrun mutane ko 'yan fim bane ba kawai. Hanya ce yanzu da 'yan kasuwa da kamfanoni suke samun kwastomomi, ɗaiɗaikun mutane suke gina suna domin yin tasiri ga rayuwarsu da mutanen da ke kewaye da su. Kasuwar content creation ta kai dala biliyan 250 a duniya. A Najeriya tuni matasa sun fara cin gajiyar hakan. Amma a arewacin Najeriya musamman Katsina muna da mutane masu baiwa da kuma san shiga harkar amma suna fuskantar matsaloli. Matsalolin da suka hada da rashin ilimi da kuma kayan aikin yin content din, rashin ɗakin kirkira wato creative studio da zai ba su damar yin hakan a farashi mai sauki, sannan rashin fahimtar yadda content yake tasiri ga rayuwar al'umma. A Zionist Media muna magance waɗannan matsaloli ta hanyoyi guda uku. Muna da bayar da horo ga matasa maza da mata akan yadda za su kirkiri content da waya hannu. Muna yin bidiyoyi ga kamfanoni da kuma ɗaiɗaikun mutane, sannan kuma muna faɗakar da jama'a a yadda content creation yake canza rayuwar al'umma. Yanzu mun horar da matasa sama da 400, mun yi aiki da kamfanoni, ƙungiyoyi da ma'aikatu, sannan kuma muna samun kuɗaɗen shiga daidai gwargwado. Amma muna buƙatar goyon baya domin faɗaɗa ayyukanmu. Muna buƙatar creative studio wato ɗakin kirkira wanda zai bamu damar koyarwa, kirkira content da kuma yin aiki cikin yanayi mai kyau. Muna buƙatar naira miliyan 1 a matakin farko wanda zai bamu damar kama haya, yin gyare-gyare da kuma sayan kayan aiki. Sunana Zainul Abidin Abdulaziz, ni ne na kafa Zionist Media. Na horar da matasa sama da 500 akan digital skills. Ina da mabiya sama da 12,000 a kafafen sada zumunta. Ina da kwarewa ta sama da shekara 5, sannan kuma na kammala digiri na biyu akan fannin kasuwanci da jagoranci. Ayyukanmu suna tallafa ma SDGs ta hanyar bada ilimi ingantacce, kirkira a fannin fasaha, samun aiki mai kyau da kuma haɗin gwiwa domin cimma manufofin. Wannan ba ficin bane ba kawai. Kira ne zuwa ga zuba jari ga matasa. Da wannan tallafi za mu gina cibiyar kirkira a Katsina wadda za ta taimaki matasa Katsina, arewacin Najeriya da Najeriya baki daya. Na gode.
Okay, Malam Zainul Abidin, ta yaya kake ganin za ka taimaka matasa na kan cewa za ku taimaka matasa da abin nan hanyar harkar kirkire-kirkire na content don ni content din me ake ce mai da Hausa ne yau ma san ne ake ce mai da Hausa ba
kushiya ake ce mai
na kushiya ko to ga harka ce content idan ba za mu gane ba to ta za ku taimaki matasa da wannan harkan a Katsina
already mun fara taimakon matasa mun yi haɗin gwiwa da kirkira innovation hub Lome Lab gidauniyar jihar Katsina mun horar da matasa sama da 400 kuma percentage din ya kai 60% mata 40% maza zuwa yanzu cikinsu ma sun fara koyar da mutane yadda ake kirkira content baki da kuma suna amfani da shi wurin kasuwancinsu domin fitar da kasuwancin a social media da kuma fitar da kansu suna personal branding din kansu domin mutane su san abubuwan da suke yi a duniya baki da.
To Zainal Abidin bangaren media kusan zan iya cewa constituency ina ne. Ina son in fahimci yadda duk abubuwan da ka faɗa is more like kana son ka taimaka ma al'umma ne ta yaya za ka samu kuɗi business ne aka so ka zo kai pitching kana neman miliyan 1 da za ka inganta sana'a ya za a yi miliyan 1 ka ta dawo kuma da riba
already muna samun kuɗi akwai slide ɗin da na nuna mun yi revenue zuwa yanzu daga November last year zuwa yanzu mun yi revenue da kusan miliyan 1 akwai slide you can show the pricing muna yin event normal event akan naira 20,000 'yan kasuwa kuma muna ba su content creation akan guda 10 akan naira 100,000 akwai kuma na guda 20 akan 150 akwai na guda 30 akan 250 muna hadawa da strategy session za mu yi maka scripting mu yi ma shooting sannan mu baka editing din da yake so wanda zai ja hankalin mutane a kafafen sada zumunta.
So much.
Thank you.
So this is the end of the pitching competition, and I would like everyone to know that we'll be judging the contestants based on understanding of the business 1, innovation and creativity 2, indigenous expression 3, and then presentation and delivery. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon to announce the winners. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I would like to
Thank you. While the judges are computing the results for... Wait now. They need to sit down and calculate, right? It's a scorecard. It's just like your result. All right, so the judges, you can find somewhere to meet and put up the results. Mealtime, are you ready? Okay, I compute the results. And yes. Yusuf, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So the chairman has advised us to be cautious of time. This program was slated to end by 2 p.m. It's already 2:30. We sincerely apologize for keeping you this long. And the convener has also sought the indulgence of the chairman to take 2 goodwill messages and to also witness the product launch which we promised for one of the young stars here. The product launch is not going to last more than 5 minutes. After that, then we'll take the 2 goodwill messages while the judges are taking the computation of the results. So we are going, the judges will come back and announce the winners, please, but let them calculate. Yusuf Haruna is going to launch his project to the world today using this platform. In every event, we identify one young person and give him this kind of visibility. And the name of his product is Mealtime. Please put your hands together for Yusuf Haruna. He's a young student, and they have an app that is going to feed people and professionals. Thank you. Please, you have 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, MC. Good afternoon, the Vice Chancellor of this honorable and big university, invited guest, fellow participants, good afternoon. Over 50 million busy professionals in Nigeria head to work every morning, chasing deadlines, solving problems, building dreams. But many of them skip their lunch, not by choice, but because there is no system that is built for their reality. So let me just give you a quick short story that I had, and it so much relates with me. A young man walked into a busy restaurant. It was a lunchtime, but he hasn't eaten breakfast. He stood in line, so hungry, tired, and dizzy. When it finally got to his point, he tried to pay. You know how Nigeria sometimes banking system is? The bank transfer delayed. In that moment of frustration, he fainted from hunger, and that was 2024. Now, think about it. In a world where we can get our groceries in 10 minutes, why is it still so hard while you're working in your office to get lunch, to get food? My name is Yusuf. I am the co-founder of Mealtime, and we believe no one should ever miss a meal while chasing their purpose, while chasing their dream. We ask ourselves, what if food just worked? What if food showed up where you are, when you need it, no calls, no delays, no painting? That is why we build Mealtime, a platform that is built basically for you to subscribe to healthy and hot meals, and it will be delivered to your office without ever missing a lunch, without queues, without banking delays. Today is our official launch. We have partnered with local trusted vendors to provide this service. Our platform is simple. You subscribe to our platform, choose a plan, set a preference, sit back, and your lunch finds you wherever you are every weekday. So today, in this room, in this space, filled with doers, leaders, I want you to take one step. Visit mealtime.com, try a plan, feed your team, tell a friend. Together we can make a missing of lunch eating of the past. We believe that the people who run this nation should never run on empty stomach. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. We believe that the people that run this nation should never run on empty stomach. So they are technically speeding up the process of how we access food while we work. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite I'll start by inviting the representative of the MD of Nexim Bank to come and give, please. The chairman has really instructed me to be very strict on time. 3 minutes. Okay, the chairman is indicating with his hand. Please put your hands together for the representative, Hajia Zainab Poteskum, to give a goodwill message based on what she experienced today. Yes, thank you. Quickly.
Do I have to hold this? Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Distinguished guests, esteemed organizers, the Honorable Minister who has left, the respected Vice Chancellor and Chairman of this summit, brilliant Ignite Talk speakers, the vibrant competitors, and our dynamic young leaders. It is with great pleasure that I deliver this goodwill message on behalf of the Managing Director of Nexim Bank, Nigerian Export-Import Bank, Mr. Abubakar Abba Bello. We are honored to be part of this important summit dedicated to empowering and equipping the youth for the future. The theme, leveraging opportunities, building a future-ready youth, could not be more timely. At Nexim Bank, we firmly believe that the youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the engine progress of today. Their energy, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit are key to unlocking Nigeria's economic potential. I am especially delighted to be here today, not only as a representative of Nexim Bank, but also on a personal note. Though I am proudly an indigene of Yobe State, I was born here in this great state. And it is a deep honor to return in this capacity. Being back on the soil of my birth, contributing to a summit focused on youth empowerment fills me with both pride and gratitude. In our mission to diversify the economy and boost non-oil exports, Nexim Bank is keenly aware that the future of trade, innovation, and inclusive growth lies in the hands of young Nigerians. This is why we continue to support youth-driven initiatives through access to finance, training, and export development programs that create sustainable opportunities. In line with this commitment, Nexim Bank introduced the Women and Youth Export Facility, YF, a targeted funding and capacity building initiative designed to support women and youth-led enterprises in the non-oil export value chain. YF provides concessional funding, business development services, and export advisory support to help transform promising ideas into globally competitive ventures. Through YF, we aim to remove barriers and catalyze the participation of young Nigerians in the global marketplace. I would like to specially commend the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy for the Ministry's visionary leadership in advancing digital inclusion and youth empowerment through innovation. The digital economy remains a vital frontier for Nigeria's development, and we are grateful for your dedication to building a tech-savvy generation. We also deeply appreciate the Vice Chancellor of this great university, who serves as the chairman of the summit, for the warm hospitality and for championing this forward-thinking initiative. Your leadership continues to inspire excellence and innovation in academia and beyond. A heartfelt thank you as well to the Ignite Talk speakers for sharing such powerful and thought-provoking insights. Your stories and ideas have truly ignited a flame of purpose in the hearts of all present. We commend the organizers of this summit for creating a platform that inspires young people to think globally, act locally, and seize the opportunities available to them. To all the youth here today, be bold, be curious, and be ready. The future belongs to those who prepare for it, and you are already taking that step. On behalf of the Managing Director and the Nexim Bank team, I wish you a fruitful and impactful summit. May the insights and connections you gain today propel you toward a future filled with purpose and success. Thank you.
Please, let's appreciate the MD of Nexim Bank, who is heavily represented by Hajia Zainab Botiscom. And now I'm going to invite the Vice Chancellor of University of Transportation, Daura, Prof. Umar Adam Kazel, MNI for his brief goodwill message. Please put your hands together for Prof. Thank you.
Is that it for this? Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. On behalf of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Transportation, Daura, the Senate, management, staff, and students, I, Honorable Professor Omar Adam Kasel, a member of the 7th Assembly, and a member of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, to congratulate the office of the SA to Vice President and to larger extent to Mr. President on use, as well as the other SA also on innovation. Why I grace these occasions is one, the letter was brought to me by a friend who encouraged me to encourage the convener, and also the convener is a sister, a junior sister to me, and also very important because the theme of this year's event, that is the motto of our university. The motto of our university is innovation through science and technology. And now we can see that in our midst we have an innovator and a lot of innovators who are not well known, but they are there individually. And also because our university is different from other conventional universities. It is one of its kind, not only here in Nigeria, but the whole of Africa. And also is such a university that is what we call purposely built university. It's a university built only to, in fact, training on logistics, transportation, and supply chain in Nigeria and the whole of Africa. And also to make a Nigeria a hub of transportation. And this university, the idea of building the university born out of the work being done from Lagos to Kano. Those who are coming to Kaduna via train, they know that that train is not only to stop at Kaduna, but to arrive to Kano. And it started from Lagos. 2 sections from Lagos to Ibadan is completed, from Abuja to Kaduna is completed, and also from Kaduna to Kano is about to be completed, maybe by next year. Additionally, another rail line is being built from Kano down to Maradi. It passed through Dambata, Kazaure, down to Daura to Katsina. And 15 railway stations are being built. And for that reason, there need to have human capacity, because all those engineers, staff of railway are either retired or they are no longer even alive. And as such, there's no manpower. And not only for railway, but for other transportation, because the university is to train manpower for the whole gamut of transportation: air, water, rail, and roads. And for that reason, transportation is not only building roads, building rails, but also what we call logistics, supply chain. Those innovators, they mentioned that their product is at home, but they send it maybe via what they call riders dispatches. And you can also have a vehicle. You may not know the person who will take the vehicle. You may not know what the vehicle will take. What I mean that you can have a truck, you will not care what the truck will take, but somebody somewhere, a transport agent, can manage such a truck, can manage such a fleet of vehicles. It means that we need to innovate. We need to innovate. What we call the security along the corridor lines. And for that reason, I think we can partner with these two offices. The Office of the SA on Innovation and also the Office of the SA on Youth, Women and Youth? Youth engagement, because we know that when we come together, we'll not only produce such youth, but also to engage them in such very meaningful and as well as what I want to say, that what we can create more wealth to the country, because we know that, as Professor Bugaji mentioned, that the youth age is over 70% in Nigeria. Why? This means that we need to engage this youth in meaningful production so that they can be useful not only to themselves but also this whole country. As such, this university is willing to partner and have what we call as a visa partnership and also call collaboration, so that we can together produce more useful ways in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you most kindly, the Vice Chancellor of University of Transport Technology. And now, I'm going to invite one of our key partners and the youth supporter, the Executive Secretary of Gidauniyar Jihar Katsina, Alhaji Ahmed Ibrahim Karfi. Please put your hands together for Ahmed Ibrahim Karfi. He is also going to make some announcements. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Good afternoon, everybody. All protocol duly observed. Mr. Chair, this is a special day for me. And where is the essay? Haja Hauwa. This morning, I saw an alert. I was thinking it was big money, but it reminded me today that it's my birthday. So I'm celebrating my birthday today here, Mr. Chair. So I wish myself a good happy birthday for me. And I think it's a very good, I really enjoy coming here this morning. On behalf of the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Gidauniyar Jihar Katsina, Dr. Umar Mutallab, and the board members, he directed that I should come and represent him. Briefly, I want to raise his speech. It gives me great pleasure to say a few words at this important occasion. This summit is no doubt about empowering the next generation, fostering innovation, and driving positive change. Let me thank the organizers and all those who have made this event possible. Your commitment to the youth is truly inspiring. I hope that our partnership with One for One for establishing Inspire Hope at one of our esteemed foundations will further strengthen the impact in youth and women development in the state. Speech ended. For your information, please, we want to appreciate the Office of the Vice President. As I say, that Gidauniyar Jihar Katsina is partnering with them. So all future relationship and development with this powerful youth, we are going to collaborate with them. We are going to give them an office in Gidauniyar Jihar Katsina. So I think there's going to be a very good partnership relationship with them that will strengthen the relationship and inspire the youth of this Katsina state. And finally, I want to advise our youth to please understand one thing. Our generation, about 45, don't ask me my age. I remember when we were youth, our ability to think or our purpose, our focus, Katsina State is based on Karatu, Boko. We are not used to the business development. We are all brought up to Ekaratu. So today has changed. The world is evolving. I remember vividly that I wanted to go to Barewa College. At that time, Barewa is the in thing. If you didn't go to Barewa, you are nobody. So we struggled hard to go to Barewa College, but you couldn't get admission in Barewa College. I was crying, really. And after Barewa, why do you want to go? You want to go to SBS Zaria or CAS Zaria. This is our focus. After Zaria, you go to ABU Zaria. But I all missed that. I went to Kano Bio University. So I think that focus at that time was to go Karatu. And we are built on Karatu. And when you finish, you don't have anything, IK administration. So I believe that this is an opportunity for you to start thinking otherwise. Let's put our thinking cap and develop ourselves in business development in Katsina. Incidentally also, if you look at the colleagues that we had in BUK, mostly Kanawa, an average Kano man, our colleagues in the university, they have shops in Sabangari or Kasokori. So they are business oriented. So we need to transfer that, copy that impact they had and make our youth better in the coming years. MashaAllah, thank you very much. Okay. There's going to be a hope, as I said earlier, there's going to be a hope on this partnership between the Office of the Vice President, Youth and Development in Gidauna Katsina. So we are going to collaborate with them. Further details we communicate to the university to let the students know about it, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I think the results are out, and it's time to state the verdict. Please, I need the Chief Judge and the team of the judges here. But before they announce the results, Mr. Chairman, sir, the Executive Secretary of NADF said they will not come from Abuja together with Dr. Nasir M. Mama. Dr. Nasir, right? Yes. The ES said they will not come together with you from Abuja and allow you to outshine them. So he's going to come out and also, reflect the spotlight on your face. Please put your hands together for the ES. He has an announcement to make with regards to the contest. Thank you very much. Dr. Nasir, I don't know what's going on, but I think you'll take it up with the ES after the announcement. Thank you.
Yeah. So once again, salam alaikum. Chairman of the Occasion VC, please, I admire your timekeeping skills. I have seen how you've been urging people to keep away. As public servants, whenever we speak about money, you always want to give context. That's why I needed to do this announcement myself. The NADF, in one of the many programs we're doing, has an MOU with a private sector company to what we call energize agriculture, where we're looking for creative ways to put power across agriculture. It's a tripartite MOU between the NADF, the company's name is Genesis Energy, and the REA, the Rural Electrification Energy Agency. Apparently, Genesis Energy is doing a lot of projects in Katsina. So yesterday on my way, I had a chat and they encouraged me to visit some of the things they are doing in Katsina, including powering the government house. So while this program was going on, I also had a chat with them and they asked me to announce a donation of 1 million naira for the winner and another 500,000 naira for all the other 4 participants. So that makes it 3 million. Then on my own, again, what I was saying, bazamu zo daga Abuja, mu bar Nasir ya ci gari ba. But I would beg the judges to please allow me, tsakani da Allah zan yi san kai. There are 2 of the pitches that are agriculture related, Arshad and this ones. I have from my small public sector funds a token of 200 naira for each of them. 200,000 naira for each of them. Thank you.
All right, it's not 200 naira. It's $200,000. Okay. So students know the difference between naira and dollar. SA. Okay, SA Banking and Finance. Can you imagine? Now that we are talking about dollars, SA Banking and Finance wants to make a pledge. We. All right.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I want to give a little bit of context. You know, for me, I'm fairly new to this system, and I've only been in this office for a couple of months. So, but wherever we see young people doing amazing things, we want to support and, you know, encourage them in any way that we can. So my pledge is 200K, but I will speak to the organizer about the details about how we'll split that. And I think I just want to also use this opportunity to say, my office, we're looking at opportunities to support young people. So wherever we can partner with other organizations, we're also currently in discussions. So we're hoping to bring those things to fruition for the young people of Katsina. So we hope at a future date we're able to announce those things and be able to have gatherings of this nature, to be able to have workshops and have situations where people can access those funds. So that's my contribution for today. Thank you.
Wow. The pledges keep coming. I noticed the chairman of Katsina Post is just touching his pocket like this. For some reasons, Kirkira is stopping him. I would like to invite Turaren Wuta by Ray. She also wants to make a pledge. We have not yet announced the result, but the million has already been spent. Please put your hands together for Rahana too.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In as much as we all like to speak English, I am a big advocate of Hausa language. So I'll switch. I am not from Katsina. I actually Hausa na choosing. Ina so in fara ba ku kwarin gwiwa kafin faɗi abin da ya kawo ni. Aure ya zo da ni Katsina. Sai da na zauna na shekara 5 ina neman aiki a cikin garin Katsina, state ko local government ko federal. Na kafa kasuwanci na a garin Katsina. A yau ina da shaguna guda 7 a arewacin Najeriya. Duk wanda ya ce muku kasuwanci baya girma a Katsina ƙarya ne. Kada a kashe muku ƙwarin gwiwa, ƙarya ne. And I can testify to that. Ban san wane ne ya ci first, second ko third position ba. Amma ina so in ba da ƙwarin gwiwa ga wanda ya zo na 4 da wanda ya zo na 5. Ina so in ba ku tallafin 50,000. Allah ya sa mu dace.
Okay, we'll get the result, right? Why is the chairman of the occasion, please? All right. The result is ready. Yes. Okay, you'll announce it. Where are the checks? Chairman, where is the chairman of the occasion? Please come to the stage. Auntie Hauwa, please come up here. I'd like to also invite Barrister Umar, please to come to the stage. The VC, please, because we are going to be passing the checks now. ES, yes. Dr. Nasir, Dr. Ahmed Adamu, please. Ajia Zainab, Poteskum. Please, SA. Traramuja. Yes, some of the judges should also come forward. Because as we mentioned the winner, they will come and collect their check, right? So it will be presented by this group of distinguished people. Yes. So you bring the first check is for the 3rd place. Who is responsible for that? Who is responsible for that? Some people should go to that side, please. Some people should go to that side. Let's move Let's fill up the center, please. There's enough space there. All right. Farouk, let them sort it, and you.
Okay.
Okay, NYSC band, please, please. Thank you very much. If we announce the winner and he is coming, then you can escort him with the music, please. But give us some room, thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. I won't keep much of your time. So, before I announce, I'll say something very quick and short. Everyone is a winner here because we have hundreds of submissions and we pick some that get to the semi-finals, and today we have the top 5. Okay. Okay, the BC University of Transport, please, should be on the stage. So, BC, please. So everyone among the 5 today are winners. The people that have the courage to submit their pitches online, everyone is a winner. So I will start with the third position. And the third position goes to Zines Media. Zines Media, third position. Zines Media. Zines Media. Congratulations, Zines Media. A round of applause, please. They have put the work. A round of applause for them, please. Okay. So you announce the second one.
Let them finish.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I will be announcing the second position. Congratulations to you, Fatima Nabila Kabir, Irshad Tiger Nut Mix. Congratulations. Where is she? Where is she? Okay. Yes. You're not chairman.
Okay. Can we give her another round of applause?
Tell the
DJ, can you do stand up for the champion, please?
Please settle down. Let us listen to the vote of thanks by the chairman of the organizing committee. All this thing is put together under his leadership. Please, let's give him a moment and let's listen to him. But first of all, I would like to acknowledge, where is Barrister? Where is Barrister? Okay. I would like to acknowledge Barrister. He is also a fellow of the Mandela Washington Fellows. Thank you very much for coming and staying. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, over to you.
Loud, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So it's indeed a pleasure for me to give the closing remark for this session today. You know, it's been a very fulfilling and a very tasking summit. Please, let's settle down, please. So distinguished guests, Professor Idris Bugaji, the Executive Secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, Professor Shehu Saliu Muhammad, the Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university that is hosting us today, to Muhammad Abdu Ibrahim, the Executive Secretary and the CEO of the Nigerian Agricultural Development Board, Balkisu Suleiman Ibrahim, the Special Assistant on Banking and Finance to the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Ajia Zainab Potiskum, the representative of the Nexim Bank, Managing Director, and the Associate Professor Ahmed Adamu, Senior Lecturer at Nile University, Alhaji Ahmed Ibrahim Karfi, the Executive Secretary, Gideon Yarjar Katsina, invited guests, partners, core members here present, corpus we, the Nigerian students here, greatest Nigerian students. So thank you very much for coming here today. You can be anywhere else, but you choose to be in this summit to discuss about the future of Katsina. Our panelists, our speakers have said that our greatest resource in Nigeria is not oil, is not our land, but it is we, the youth. And for countries that have progressed in the world, their greatest resource is in how they've been able to harness the power of the youth. And that is what we are here to discuss. So the future of work and the future of Nigeria, it's okay. So the future of work and the future of Nigeria is in how intentional we are as youth through what we learn, what we build, and what we choose to become. So thank you very much to all the speakers here today, to our panelists, to our invited guests, our special guests, to the Executive Governor of Katsina, to all the members of his cabinet here present, the members of the university community, and all the institution heads here present. Thank you very much for coming. We did it in Kano. We started in Kano. We went to Kaduna. Then we did Jigawa. And then we thought Jigawa was the best. And now we are in Katsina. And then Katsina outdid everyone we've done in the past. Put your hands together for yourself. And then we've partnered with Gideon Yarjar Katsina to launch the Inspired Hub here in Katsina. So beyond just this summit, we're coming back to Katsina. Because just the way Dubai, that was just a state, was even more popular than the country, we believe that when we leverage on the power of the youth, Katsina can be more popular than Nigeria. So thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone. Okay, I think the MC should do what to do that.